Hi, I'm Harry Forbes from ARC Advisory Group. I'm here at the ARC 2017 Orlando Forum. My guest is Bernhard Eschermann. Bernhard is Technology Manager for ABB Industrial Automation. Bernhard, welcome to Orlando.
Thanks, Harry. You're welcome.
It's a long trip from Zurich. I appreciate you coming. Bernhard, you said to me before that really technology management means research and development in ABB. So can you tell me the key development initiatives that you see right now that are most important for ABB?
Well, if you look at the newest things, obviously everybody talks about the digital offerings, and so do we. We've probably not marketed that as aggressively in the past, but now we've introduced the ABB Ability brand as our umbrella for our digital offering last year. And what we actually want to provide as a value to our customers in that area is a multitude of things. Maybe I just highlight two. One is that we've been typically talking not about the industrial Internet of Things in ABB, but about the Internet of Things, services, and people, because for us it's important to couple the software offering with the services that go along and the access to expertise of people worldwide, be it from us, be it from our clients. And the second thing that I would like to highlight as a specific thing that we would like to focus on, obviously, if you build up an infrastructure to provide digital value, you want to leverage that for as many purposes as possible. And the two dimensions that I see that we would like to combine at least is besides the asset dimension that people typically talk about, where you talk about predictive maintenance and things like that, it's also the process optimization dimension, where I think there's a lot of value that we can provide in order to help our clients to actually improve their daily operations.
Could we drill into the services aspect of this a little more? As I look at the end user community, I see more and more dependence on their supplier partners for services, especially through the life cycle of their systems and their assets. And as they adopt new technologies, whether it be Internet of Things or any type of new technology, the complexity usually goes beyond what they are willing or able to service for their life. And so they're much more requiring partnership to do this. Do you see that, and how do you address that?
Well, of course, if you look at your car today, and you open the hood in front, the engine looks simple, but it's much more complicated than the engine that you had in your car 30 years ago. And I guess it's a similar thing that we also have to achieve for our industry. Even though it's more complex, we have to make it appear simple to customers. And if I look at a particular case where the technology can help to make it simpler, I just pick one of our application examples. We've got a couple of hundred ships under contract where we provide online monitoring and service by hooking them up to a central operation and maintenance center that the customer has, but also in our location. And so if you think about a cruise ship that is on the way between two ports that was told by our systems, well, this is the best way through the waves based on the weather conditions and everything, they probably don't notice that there's something that is overheating in their engine room because they don't have people in the engine room. By us looking at that and helping the people on board of the ship that actually don't have the competence to do the repair themselves, we can actually help them to overcome all of this complexity in the engine room by telling them exactly which screws to drill and what to do, and that way create a value for the customer that his ship actually arrives at the next port in time.
Without unplanned downtime.
Without unplanned downtime, yeah.
One thing that I've seen around here this year that really seems different at the forum is that a lot of firms who are exhibiting here and sponsoring are very, very focused on cybersecurity and new technologies for cybersecurity. This makes me feel good because I think we feel that our cybersecurity of our critical infrastructure and systems is not what it should be. And ABB is at the heart of so many critical systems and infrastructure. How do you feel about these new entrants, and about what are kind of your overall strategies for cybersecurity, at least in the industrial automation space?
Yeah, well, certainly it's good that there's more discussion about that.
Agreed.
Talking to our clients, we've seen a very wide range of how they actually see the criticality of cybersecurity for their operations. And obviously, there is a difference between various applications. There's also a difference between various countries. But on the other hand, if you look at what they see as what we could provide as an offering, it also ranges from, well, okay, you just deliver us a system and we assume it's cyber secure, to others who say, well, we know that the systems are evolving, we know that the security threats are evolving, and that we have to continuously actually do something with the systems to keep them cyber secure. It doesn't just help to expect that you deliver something and that's it. And that has also been reflected in the way that we approach the market. One thing that we do as a starting point is that we've set up an internal cybersecurity test center. So any product of ABB that has some communication connection before it's released to the market has to go through the cybersecurity test center, and we don't release anything that has any deficiencies in that test.
Does this extend across every business unit of ABB?
That's no matter which product it is, it's a corporate policy that we've installed. And then, of course, we are doing the usual things. If our systems involve Windows technology, obviously we have the usual patching services. But we also offer cybersecurity workplaces for customers to actually monitor the status of their system, to see whether there are any things that are going on, up to consulting services where we bring in people with an in-depth knowledge to provide help to figure out more in detail what are the risks that a particular system is exposed to and what the best way is to mitigate those risks.
How strong a focus do you think cybersecurity is going to be in terms of your R&D efforts? In terms of, I'm surprised, we're not surprised, but I see so many companies coming into the market and the technology changing so rapidly, and yet most of our systems were designed for, without connectivity, so they would be secure. How does this rank? How does cybersecurity rank in your overall development kind of plans, or how does it fit in? Is it as a part of it, or is it the central?
Well, there are two aspects of it. We've got new developments where, of course, we have to start putting cybersecurity at the center from the beginning. But many of our systems in the field are in the field for a number of years, and they have been in the field for a long time, and we can not just leave our customers with systems that were designed based on what the threat environment was 20 years ago. So we also have to create some additional offerings that are not at the center of the systems that are installed, but that provide the best possible means to improve what is out in the field.
Great. Well, I'm glad to hear that, and I'm glad to see the focus there, and we look forward to hearing more about what you're doing in the future. Thank you for coming here.
Thanks, Harry.
My guest has been Bernhard Eschermann. He is the Technology Manager for ABB Industrial Automation. I'm Harry Forbes at the ARC Forum. Thank you.